What's up, guys? This is Mike Loris, going to be bringing you the last game for today. Actually, it's a round 5 game. We have Volcania Gaming versus P3 Purple Pimpin' Platypuses. P3 just making their way. Well, they've been waiting a million years for the last couple of matches to finish, and it's been a long day. Been casting for about 5 hours straight now, and if I am out of it, miss first blood, blame that. That's my excuse. Blame that. So we're going to be hopefully having a nice, clean, short game, because I don't really want to watch another game for 75 minutes. That's really not what I want to do right now. But we have a couple of stand-ins from P3 since their last game. Main character as well as Ha standing in for, what's his name, and Miley Cyrus. Yokai and Miley Cyrus. One of those weird names. But yeah, we have ourselves a draft, and we have Timbersaw once again being picked up. Nature's Prophet Slark being banned out. Nature's Prophet a little bit odd, but you know, can't really go wrong with Nature's Prophet ban. Opting for him instead of something like Visage, which Volcania instantly pick up. We've already seen how good remote. Yeah, we already seen how good remote Timbersaw can be played. He was kind of lucky in the fact that he wasn't really pressured early on. But you can't really read too much into that. You just saw him play a decent Timbersaw, and that's really what you would expect again, especially first picking him. Going with the Crystal Maiden as well, proper setup, as well as a little bit extra mana regeneration, which Timbersaws all love. Of course, they really only like it if they don't have 25 charges of Bloodstone. That really helps with the mana regeneration. Volcania, in the meantime, I'm going to go with Visage as well as Viper. So, heroes with wings is so far what we have going on right now. The Viper is probably going to lock down a lane pretty tightly, though we haven't really been seeing Vipers lock down lanes like completely. I don't know. It requires a certain amount of counterplay. It's more annoying, like when you're on the receiving end, than devastating when you're looking at it from a third party. But yeah, it's a very annoying hero to play against, and we're picking that up very, very soon, very early on in the draft with the Visage. So they'll have banned out Lifestealer as well as Doom. So lots of tanky heroes being banned out there. And then Bane and Rubik. So Volcania targeting the supports of P3, whereas P3 targeting the more heavy hitters of Volcania. Which I'd actually expect it to go the other way. But I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference right now, just because both teams aren't going anywhere with their first two heroes. So really in the second pick phase where you see where the teams want to head with their lineup. And we'll see what P3 actually want to do with this. They could go for their support hero right off the bat. They could go for Alchemist, he's in the pool. Venomancer in the pool. VS, we've been seeing a lot of her within the games we've been casting today. But really, all those are pretty good, and it's going to be a Luna. So we're going to be seeing some Nova play. Instantly responding with the Volcania Nyx Assassin. So Nyx Visage, it's a pretty high damaging combination there. The roam is a little bit hard because Impale is still an impossible skill to land, but it'll still be functional enough, especially with enough slow setup. I'll give them a much needed stun versus the Timbersaw as well. Right now, that will be their only one outside of Visage Familiars. That's not really exactly the most dependable of stuns. You throw them out, but then it sometimes just whiffs, and then you're really sad.
10 seconds remaining.
So P3, they got the Luna, Crystal Maiden, Timbersaw. Mana regeneration is going to be really great for them. They need another support hero and need their mid lane. Someone to go up against Viper. Wouldn't be surprised to see a possible Razor pickup. OD is still in the pool. It's pretty good against Viper. Although Viper is okay versus OD as well. It's hard when you're battling Juggernauts versus Juggernauts. You know, you don't really know who's going to come out on top. Taking their time with these picks. Alright. I think solo casting for 5 hours is about my upper limit. Because, like, I could keep talking, it's going to be gibberish and horrible. But, like, I'm just having trouble looking at the screen right now. I just need to, like, walk for something. I just need to just take a break. Okay, but I don't have that option. We're in here for this last game, and then we're probably going to sleep or get food or something. Or both. Sleep and get food. That's the dream, right? That's the dream. P3 deciding where they want to go, and it's going to be Mirana. Alright, so I think that
Radiant team pick.
is going to be, that's definitely going to be a support Mirana. Crystal Maiden set up with that Mirana. Going for an assassin is always a little bit difficult, but Viper, if you could land an arrow on him, he's very vulnerable to death. Very vulnerable to death, that's what I'm talking about, it don't make sense. He's very easy to kill once you land an arrow on him. And it's a great way of just tipping the lane in your favor instantly. It's like, oh, your mid lane hero is losing to Viper? Just throw an arrow at him. And then with that, I think it makes the most sense for P3 to pick up an OD as their last. You time the arrows such that once they pop out of the imprison, instantly slammed into a stun. That's not really fun, especially if your name is Viper. I think that'll be a pretty good way to go for them. Give them a solid mid lane hero. Won't really benefit too much from the mana regeneration aura, but so what? Nobody cares about that. And Volcania, finding a Weaver, picking up all the annoying heroes that everyone dare not play against. Weaver as well as Viper. There's a lot of burst, a lot of stun on the P3 side, so although the Weaver is always going to be annoying, I think P3 are going to be more or less prepared to deal with this hero. They have the arrow, they have frostbite, between as far as disables go, and then as far as burst goes, I mean, they're stacked with burst. They have Crystal Maiden spells, Mirana spells, Luna spells, and Timbersaw spells, all going to do really well versus Weaver. Now, I think they would like to do with a real hard stun outside of an arrow, just because you can time-lapse while you are being frostbitten, which is sometimes problematic. But, you know, what are you going to do? You can't have it all. Sometimes you just got to nuke a bug down instead of stun him down and slowly bring him down. You just blast him. 100 to 0. Easy. Pugna being the final ban out. I think that was just a panic ban. I don't really think they actually wanted to ban out Pugna. They're just like, oh, we need to ban out something. Might as well ban out Pugna. Or possibly they're going to go for a Skywrath. That might be a thing also. Please, P3. You ran the Pudge. Please run Skywrath. Banning out the Pugna. The stage is set. Skywrath's really good in the mid lane, guys. When there's no Pugna. Maybe not so much against Viper, but no, he's pretty good against Viper. He's pretty good. He's not good against Nick Assassin. So that mana burn hurts. So maybe that's not the best idea.
5 seconds remaining.
Either way, they're running out of time. I think OD still is going to be the best pick. Oh, a Shadow Shaman. Interesting. And instantly into a Tinker. So Volcania going to have that Tinker. Most likely going to be going toe-to-toe with the Shadow Shaman. I think that's definitely their best chance at a mid lane. And wow, Volcania, Camu, Z, hashtag Tinker is playing a Tinker. Would you look at that? That is pretty cool. Alright, so seeing as though P3 have a couple stand-ins since last game, I can't really make any predictions as to the lanes outside of what I've already done, because Hypnotoading was playing a support last time, but that's clearly, well, that might still happen. I don't really know. By the way, Tinker is going to give Volcania a brick wall with which Purple Platypuses will try to run their heads up against if they want to push. Serpent Wards are fantastic against pushing, even though you won't have a creep wave, you'll still be able to do damage to that tower. You'll still have some things that the tower will hit. Sometimes it's all you need. Shadow Shaman as the last pick. I don't really know how I feel about that. I mean, I love Shadow Shaman as a hero, if you play him right, but it looks like he's not going to be going towards the mid lane, so the question is, who is going to be going towards the mid lane? We'll see. Let's take a look at the Volcania side, where it's a little bit more cut and dry. Once again, this is League of Dota Season 2, Week 3. Last game of today. Can't end soon enough, because I am tired of looking at this game. We have Dark Green, 790, come on. We have Tinker being played by Camu. Camu-Z, I guess Camu. We'll call him the French philosopher. That's fine. We have Dusa going to be playing the Visage. Dysfunction Erectile. Okay. He's playing the Weaver. We have Ander on the Viper, and we have Destagia on the Assassin. On the P3 side, we have main character going to be looking to go towards the mid lane as Mirana. Remote is going to be supporting as the CM. Ha is going to be on the Timbersaw. Hypnotoading is going to be on the Shadow Shaman. That is... well, they definitely switched out the roles, to say the least. Remote was playing the Timbersaw last game. Hopefully Ha can play an equally good one. And it looks like their Mirana is going to go towards the mid lane. And I really don't like that. I don't think Mirana's a great mid lane hero. First of all, she's going to be getting farms, she's going to be getting levels, which is great. I mean, it's what Mirana needs. It's what Mirana excels with. But she doesn't have that much lane control. Like against a Viper, Mirana can't stand toe-to-toe with him. She will lose that pretty much every single time. Her base damage is low, her attack projectile is sucky. And, well, I guess she could guarantee the runes with her leap. But, oh no, she's not going up against Viper, she's going up against Tinker. It'll be a little bit better, I suppose, but still Tinker, I would trust Tinker with the mid lane a lot faster than I would trust a Mirana. Also because I don't respect the hero, but that's just me. I mean, I like the hero in tri-lane situations. That way you could get your arrow guaranteed, but also like, in a mid lane matchup, you're not going to get a guaranteed arrow unless you have heavy roam from your support cast of Shadow Shaman and most likely CM. But we'll see what we have to deal with. Let's see if we get Bastion Announcer. Auspicious Announcer. Whoa. Okay. Oh my god, that was a long pause, guys. Okay. We're back. And we have 790 on Luna. We thought he was dead for a little bit. He may have died. He may have been brought back. But, the hell is this? Wow, that's cool. That is a cool Luna skin. Or mount, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, anyway. Don't like Mirana in the mid lane. Would rather trust a Tinker there. But, hell, when you have a Shadow Shaman and Crystal Maiden going to be roaming around, it doesn't really matter who's in the mid lane. Because they're probably not going to have a fun time anyway. Yeah, Ha's definitely going to go to the bot lane. Where he's going to go face to face with the Viper. Viper's going to get the chip damage advantage. But, Ha is definitely going to be able to kill Viper. Viper will be able to kill Ha if Ha gets a little bit too careless. But he has to get really careless. Because, I mean, the burst damage that the Timbersaw can put onto Viper is intense. And Viper, he's a decently tanky hero, but not enough. Definitely not enough. So Ha is probably going to have a slight edge on that bottom lane. Mid lane, I would say, I would give it to Tinker. And we have an early smoke now. Nyx as well as Visage. They really want to go for this mid lane? Well, they're going to dodge the wards, which is something. Going to the top lane, probably not the best idea. They're definitely going to go for this mid lane. Tinker's not the best level 1, though. He only has damage, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just you would probably want someone else with something else. And main character. Has he leveled up anything? No, he still hasn't. Here comes the harassment. Here comes the right clicks. A level up a leap into an impale, which is going to land. Right clicks, right clicks, right clicks. Will it be enough? It will laser not be enough. 50 HP survival. And Mirana does get to live. That's why Tinker isn't that great at like early level 1 ganks. Because he just doesn't contribute that much. Taking a look at the bottom lane, Timbersaw is already getting harassed a little bit. Viper should have the edge here for the first couple of levels. And then he gets points in Nether Toxins up. When Timbersaw gets to level 4, level 5, then he can start really just going for the Viper, trying to get kills. But in the top lane, Weaver, gotta really be careful. Gets frostbitten up. Well, there are no sentries, so that's something for him. But still frostbite as well as Hex or Shackle or whatever the Shadow Shaman took. Shackle. Gotta be careful for that. So the top lane, all eyes on that lane though. Already we see the Mirana. Still trying to recover from that early level 1 gank. Trading some hits with Camu. Not really going to benefit her in the long run. Because Camu already almost has his bottle. So Mirana's definitely not going to get the edge on that one. In this particular lane, Luna, got to be careful. If she gets too close, she will get stunned. And Luna's a very easy hero to bring down. Oh, main character actually going to get a kill on Camu. What? Okay, well that happened. Arrow must have landed. Arrow definitely landed. And then Tinker died. Well, do you know how I said I wouldn't trust a Mirana with the mid lane? I wouldn't trust an ordinary Mirana with the mid lane. Main character must be some sort of superhero. That is definitely what's going on right now. But first blood or not, the Tinker is still going to keep control of the lane. Of course, the levels will help her, the Mirana. Level 4 already with her bottle. Tinker should have... Actually, that delayed the Tinker bottle. No, Tinker has his bottle. So yeah, not really a too important kill, but though it will give the Mirana at least better footing into the lane than she ordinarily would have. Visage might be in a little bit of trouble now. No. Getting this aggression out from P3 is going to be a little bit difficult. You can't count on Shadow Shaman to do it. It just won't work. because if he starts off with a shackle, then they'll just be instantly impaled out. But if they go this far, then it'll definitely work. There's the Shikuchi, Sentry Ward getting a drop, Lucent Beam to follow up, impale, will hit onto remote, but not Hypnotoad. That's going to kill off the Weaver. In the meantime, mid lane, main character going to go toe-to-toe once again with this Tinker. And, well, doesn't have his bottle, though there is an illusion rune. Camus does know about it, but not going to go for it. Maybe he's too vulnerable to arrows if that happens. By the way, it's 2 kills for the P3 side right now. And Mirana barely getting out of dodge versus this Tinker. Tinker, surprisingly, just not going for this rune at all. That was a free rune right there, but deciding to let Mirana have it. What a good guy. And this is the aggression that I said Ha could put onto Ender. So much damage that this Timbersaw could put on, although securing the kill, that's a different story entirely. Poison attacks, tower shots, and Ha gonna go down, punished for his excessive greed. And he's gonna go, oh wait, mid lane we have Camus, once again getting pressured by main character. Arrow was not thrown, it was just a leap into Starstorm on a half HP Tinker. It's sometimes all you need to force him out at least. Mirana's doing pretty well in this lane, all things considered. Tinker really having some difficulties. Mirana playing super aggressively, which is not really what I would expect. But hey, whatever works, right? So Ha gonna be the first death, or the first kill going towards Volcania. And if he, as long as he doesn't die to the tower, he should be fine. Like, there's Viper Strike now up on the Viper, but Timber Chain is, for the most part, a get out of jail free card versus this Viper. There's no stuns that could interrupt that, and he does have a lot of slow, yes, but it's not really enough. Now an Assassin thinking about going for an Impale, will land it onto the Hypnotoad, and there's a lot of Shikuchi harassment, there's a lot of Germinate attack harassment, but that's about it. Tinker, once again, pretty low. I think he's still pretty low, actually. Didn't actually get restored up. Main character dropping low as well. Wow, these two heroes in the mid lane having an absolute slugfest. Hold on, okay, I did change the correct overlay. That's good. But 19 for 3 on this Viper. Still's got to be careful. Doesn't matter how much CS he gets, he will always be vulnerable to this Timbersaw just because of pure damage. He has a full HP, but once Timbersaw gets that Chakram, then it gets a little bit dicey. Hypnotoad and remote though. Smoked up. Gonna look for Camus. That'll be very, very easy arrow to follow up. If they get a Shackle and or Hex. Do they have Hex? They don't even have Hex. Okay, well, it's gonna be run into a Shackle, maybe run into a Frostbite. Though not when there's a March of the Machines. That seems like a poor idea. But now's the time to go. Go, go, go. Kill the courier also because you can. Leap forward for an arrow which is free-handed and gonna hit. Teleportation coming in though. It's going to be that next assassin. He will get a spike onto Hypnotoad as well as main character. There goes one. Main character should be fine to just run away. It's a 1-for-1. That of course will benefit the P3 side just a little bit unless this Mirana dies as well. Needs one more mana. Stun. Free-handed. Will land. 1 hit, 2 hits, and it's gonna connect. It's a double kill for Destasia. He's going to walk away from that one. So it would have benefited Tinker, the P3 side, if the Mirana got away. Unfortunately, Nick Assassin had just enough mana. And now the Viper's got to be careful. Now that Chakram's up on Timbersaw, I mean, there's not that much mana on Timbersaw. The Arcane Aura is doing what it can. So he can't just go all out on the Viper all the time. But still, it's definitely possible to kill off this Viper, even though Viper is well on its way to his mech. Wow, has 2 parts already completed. Only needs a little bit more. That's a very, very fast mechanism. Hypnotoad camping out near a double damage rune. Probably would have to... Well, he's holding it for the Mirana. Are they going to want to go for this Viper kill? There's no wards down here. Of course, they don't know that. Yeah, they're definitely going to go for it. Smoking up as well. We do see 3 heroes in the top lane, though. There is a Grave Chill into a Spike. Remote is as good as dead. Luna might be in a little trouble as well. Taking a lot of damage from that bug as well as the support. But Ander going to walk right into an arrow. Main character has been on point. My god. That was pretty clean. It's 4 for 4 right now, and we have an even game. What a nice luxury, having an even game. Next target would be the bottom lane tower. Mirana with the double damage rune. Instantly the fortification is there, but Shock, Starstorm. Creep wave not going to last very long. Not going to look like there's any trades either. However, this does mean Tinker's going to get free time to farm.
is under attack.
And double damage Mirana is great for pushing, and they do have a catapult as well. They might be able to take this down, assuming no teleportation support. Tinker, though, stacking up Ancients, well on his way to his to building up his boots of travel, let's say. Yeah, with the double damage on Mirana, they'll definitely be able to take this down, and Mirana does take it down. That's 1,200 gold for her. It could be her power treads. 790 now. Gonna get impaled from through the trees. There's the bug. Shikuchi, one hit. There it is. It's actually a mana burn, but now Dysfunction is gonna get caught within the frostbite and tower range. That's gonna bring him down. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Fairly even, I would say. Carry for carry. And Shadow Shaman still pushing out that bottom lane. Really wants to get that level 6 mark. Getting some free time in the lane. Definitely helping out there. However, Viper is easily able to kill the Shadow Shaman off, like, without lifting a finger. He does have a mech as well. Hawk gonna throw the Chakram. Pull it back as well. There's the Shackle. Before the Viper Strike can land. Lots of pure damage onto this Timbersaw, but there's the mech up from the Viper. Hypnotoad gonna drop the Hex. Is there another Timber Chain? There will be a Timber Chain. That's gonna give the Timbersaw the kill before the Shadow Shaman dies, so he does get the experience. He does hit level 6. That's the real important thing. And now main character can get a melee range arrow. Dysfunction can hit really hard. 4 HP survives. Oh, that was close. That was close. I think that was just a... if he was a little bit luckier with his attack, then it would have been a kill. Just a little bit. But unfortunately, Mirana is going to have to let that one go. But still, this Mirana has been playing out of her freaking mind right now. Landing arrows left and right. I mean, the melee arrow isn't really... That's not too hard to land. But still, we have Boots of Travel's up on Tinker. That's 9 minutes in, Boots of Travel. Clearing off that ancient stack. Yeah, that gave him a ton of gold. He has maxed out March of the Machines, maxed out missiles. The thing he has to worry about is the fact that there is a Mirana on the other end, and a Timbersaw. Both 2 heroes that can hide in the distance, and then suddenly close in and kill you off when you're doing your Tinker things. Mirana, of course, with the arrow and Moonlight Shadow, and then Chakram, Timber Chain with the Tinker, with the Timbersaw. So he's got to watch out for that. Though I think at this point, getting the Boost of Travel this quickly is going to be a pretty devastating force. Being able to come in at every fight with the missiles is in itself really powerful. And then of course he's going to get the March as well. Wards get dropped. In the meantime, Luna does die in the top lane. Just ganked by a Tinker as well as a Nyx with Vendetta. Yeah, that's all it is. Arrow gonna fly. Will get dodged this time. Wards is still doing a lot of damage. Here comes that Nyx. Will pop off a Spike Carapace, but he instantly gets hexed up. Where's the chain? There it is. An Extreme Throw. Gonna drop down very, very low. This Viper's gotta run. One more right click, or the Chakram's gonna do it. Shock now onto Dusa. Gonna slow him down with the Frostbite as well. The right clicks will be enough. Impale not gonna be able to save his buddy. So 1 for 2 for now, and they do get the tower as well. P3 really dictating the pace of this game on the back of Mirana that does a lot of damage. Arrow gonna fly. Hit that poor creep. That second tier 1 tower down. That's pushing through the Tinker. And Tinker actually wasn't even there. Preoccupied with the top lane. So Luna trading her life in exchange for a tier 1 tower. Benefiting the entire team. Not sure if that's completely worth it. But they'll have the Serpent Wards back soon enough in another minute. Hypnotoad also does have the Arcane Boots already up. It's a lot of mana to work with. And the top tier 1 tower, though it's still very healthy, is at the same time very, very vulnerable. Also, Camu's got to be careful. Until he gets a Blink Dagger, being able to arrow him it's not the hardest thing in the world. Dysfunction on the bottom lane. He's going to get initiated upon by remote. Not much that the CM could do about this, though. 1 nuke will bring him down pretty low, but time lapse again is there. So remote's going to find a little more experience. It's actually pretty farmed. 2-1-3 on remote with level 8 on the CM. That's actually really, really high as far as the EXP is concerned. Yeah, 4th place CM. Not bad at all. Above the Viper? What the hell? That's just so wrong. 790 missiles. Kaboom. He's going to drop yet again. This Nyx Assassin doing work on this Luna. But we have main character up on the side. He is spotted out completely, so no death is going to happen there. Luna definitely needs to get her farm going. Dying 1 too many times. I mean, Weaver's died twice, which is pretty bad, but Luna really needs to keep surviving. Weaver could afford to go for stuff like Lincoln Sphere, like no damage items, and just be fine. Remote, need there with a Frostbite. Time lapse? No time lapse. Just chase him down. Chase that lady down. And Lucent Beam, 1 hit with the second. Germinate attack. It will not do enough. Strength Tread. Can he do enough right there? And the Eclipse. Number 1 Eclipse in the world, but main character is there with Starstorm and a double damage and a Haste Rune. My god, this guy is stacked. They get the kill on the Visage. CM does manage to survive, so all in all, it was a win for the P3 side. However, they might lose this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Timbersaw, nowhere near defending that. Does have his point booster right now. He's well on his way to his Bloodstone, 12 minutes into the game. And main character looking for an angle for an arrow. Hidden Toading actually dropping very low due to these familiars. They're all out of damage though, and he's going to drop even lower. My god, those familiars are a good spell, guys. It's a really great spell. Arrow gonna fly. Man. That was like the first arrow he missed. Main character, too good. Gotta just throw those arrows though. It's 100 mana. When you're getting free farm as, or when you're getting a solo lane as Mirana, you're gonna be high level, so of course you get more int. When you have the Arcane Aura plus a Ring of Aquila near you, yeah, you can afford to just chuck arrows willy-nilly. And if they land, you get a kill. If not, no one cares. There we go. Mirana gonna drop her ultimate. I don't think it was spotted by these wards. And, well, there is a dead Viper, I think. Nova? No, it was a Frostbite. She finally got in range, but there's the Shackle and the very dead Viper. But now we have Nick Assassin. Gonna pop into the Vendetta form. Will kill off that Shadow Shaman, but will there be any follow-up? Can take a lot of damage. Here comes the Tinker with the missiles. Main character can take a lot of damage, as will 790. Main character needs a leap. 60 HP, 13 HP, will survive for now. It's gonna be Remote who's not as lucky. This is gonna do her in, and Mirana slipping away. No! Tinker got him with the missiles. Okay. Well then. That's a thing. Mirana getting tagged with missiles from, that had to be like near max range at least, but now Blink Dagger up in this Tinker. Yeah, Kamushi's gonna be a absolutely terrifying force moving forward. Already pushing out the top lane, pushing out the mid lane, getting kills on the Mirana. No big deal. In P3, they have to be focused on killing off heroes and then backing off. Because once you start a fight, you know the Tinker's going to be there. You know Teleportation's going to be there. You know the Nyx is probably around, because when you're playing against the Nyx, they usually are just around. So P3, they have to take their fights and then get out. You know, in and out real fast, get the gold, be fine. Once they're at a certain point where they keep fighting, but they have to have a way of locking down the Tinker. And locking down the Tinker with a Blink Dagger, that is a Herculean task.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Remote back on this mid lane. I think he really does need a couple more points in Frostbite. Getting that extra duration, shutting down that Weaver Shikuchi. Although Shikuchi is not maxed out actually. Weaver only level 8. Has Hand of Midas though. So even if he doesn't get the most farm gold per minute right now, he'll be fine later on. EXP per minute being topped by the Tinker, as is the gold per minute. What is this guy at? 14. That's pretty absurd. Going for a sheep stick right now. So perma-hexes are incoming.
Regeneration.
And P3, they're not playing in a way to punish him. Top side, gonna get initiated upon. Here comes Hidden Toad though, with the hex onto the Nyx Assassin. Missile's gonna fly though. And dropping very, very low. And they can't chase this Nyx Assassin down. Not through the march. That's just not gonna work. Dusa might be in a little trouble. Arrow is available. Arrow's going to be dodged. Very well done by Dusa, but will it matter? There's drum charge being popped, and these two do a lot of damage, especially with that Luna Aura. Second Star Storm will kill off that Visage. I mixed Star and Storm and got Storm, because that makes sense. Bottom lane tower gets demolished. Mid lane tower is looking to go down as well. Shadow Shaman has his wards, yes, but going two for one in trades, probably not the best. Actually, they might not go 2 for 1. No, they definitely will. The wards get dropped, they'll take down this tower. Here come the familiars with the Tinker inside. The missiles will fly, and they will fly off, and I think Hidden Toad just might die. No? It's artillery, it's heavy artillery. One more set. Blink forward, laser, missiles. My god. This guy is pretty scary right now. Blink forward. Oh, not in time, but missiles. Nope, not in time either. Dumping an entire mana pool within the span of like 10 seconds. They do lose the tower. It is destroyed by the Shadow Shaman. But still, they get a kill in exchange without putting anyone at risk at all. Visage Familiars combined with that Tinker teleportation. It's a scary thing. It really, really is. Being able to teleport to any creep is scary enough. But being able to teleport anywhere on the map, this guy has achieved Furion with rearm level status, and that's terrifying. 790 now, laser missiles. The Mirana ultimate will save him now. The bugs will fall off. Unless this? No. Okay, Tinker doesn't chase it out. That would be a little bit too suicidal for
Dire's
him.
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, this Tinker. He has 2,200 gold. He's getting everything that he could ever want right now. 580 gold per minute is extremely high.
Dire's bottom
And
tower
despite
is
giving
under attack.
very early first blood, is finding himself in such a great position right now. He's buying so much space for his team. Of course, like, farming the jungle isn't the best. You'd rather have a Weaver farm the lane. But hey, they're getting towers, as
Dire's
demonstrated
top
by
tower
Exhibit
has
A,
fallen.
the dead top tier 1 tower. Yeah, Tinker's just going to be farming up an absolute storm. He has 2,600 gold. I guess he's going to go for a sheep stick. Once he has that, blink into sheep, into rearm, into sheep, into rearm, into sheep. It's a scary combination. Could you even call that a combination? Just like like, I don't even know. But he almost has his Mystic Staff. And he's putting pressure all over the place. Nothing more refreshing than a really, really efficient Tinker play. P3, grouped up in the enemy jungle, expecting someone to walk up here, but they're just not going to walk into it. They have to deal with this Tinker somehow, but I think the best way to deal with that is just ignore him, or set up a trap. Like, you could safely assume, kind of, that the Tinker is going to jump down to the bot lane eventually, although this Tinker definitely not going to do that. He's instead farming the enemy jungle. But yeah, dealing with Tinker with a Blink Dagger, as well as boosted travel to anywhere, oh god, that is just good luck. Good luck, man. And then, of course, there are 4 other heroes on Volcania. Like, there's a Weaver going for Lincoln Sphere. There is a Nyx Assassin who almost does have a Dagon. He'll take out the Weaver, which is something. We'll need a little bit more than that, however. Nyx Assassin with Dagon is a very, very deadly hero, especially against 790, who, if he gets hit by the spike, he's just dead. Hell, he might not even need to get hit by the spike. Vendetta level 2, did a lot of damage, and spike, mana burn, Dagon, hit him! Womp. Got him. And now Dusa might be in a little trouble as well. Hex. There's the Hex into the Shackle. Arrow going to be thrown, but it will miss. But that's fine. A kill's a kill. Trades happening all over the place. And P3, right near the tier 2 tower with the wards up. Might as well just go for a push, right? And kill off familiars at the same time. Double damage rune. Really good at doing that. Sheep sticks back up on Tinker. And Tinker really is needed on this bottom lane to hold this tower. Are they going to drop the wards for this? I think they might not need to. But Arrow will fly, and Nyx Assassin will dodge it. Tinker letting this tower go. If he was here laying down layers of March, that tower would have survived. Spike on the Hob, but there's no follow-up from this. Do they actually want to fight this, though? I think they do. There's an arrow up in a couple seconds. The main character can just throw one out. But at the same time, Tinker, he could probably solo kill 790, especially if 790 gets caught within the march, and he's like, big do not enter sign. There is some illegal government testing going on there, and you don't want to be a part of it. You will wake up in a bathtub, and no, they won't take your kidneys. They'll just kill you off. Erectile dysfunction. Working towards Lincoln Sphere. Won't be the fastest one in the world, though. He's still farming pretty well compared to everyone else on the team. What am I looking for? Last denies. Yeah, Tinker way on top, whereas the Weaver not too far behind either. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. They need to open up with the Hex and time lapse, and he's going the other way, right into Ha. Get him. It's the wild Weaver chase. Arrow going to miss, but the Hex will land. There he goes. Kaboom. Exactly what I was talking about. Doesn't matter if you're short on disable. If you have enough burst, you're good to go. But we have an Assassin here with level 2 Vendetta, and he's pissed. He wants to avenge his fallen bug brethren, and I think he's not going to find any. Oh, we might find the Shadow Shaman. Shadow Shaman. There is a sentry ward right here. Nothing to see him, though, so he's still technically invisible. Oh, Courier. Did not see him. Courier has crap range. They'll clear off and jack this ancient stack, but at the same time, they're losing damage on their top tier 2 tower. Alright. Well, he wasted. Oh, wait. Courier. No, he's going to let the Courier go. I don't think he can get it, to be fair, but that's a thing. So they jack the creeps. Throw an arrow. Don't have to anyone. Pretty large amount of gold from that one. But still, they have to go through this huge Tinker, who I think is going to go for. Wow, okay, that guy died real quickly. Missile's going to keep on flying. And 790. Laser. There he goes. No Eclipse. One beam from it. Main character will throw out. The arrow will not connect. And now the Nyx Assassin is right on his ass. So the moon speed will be a little bit difficult to catch up to him. They might also have a couple more heroes behind them that they might want to consider, especially remote. He has a Ghost Scepter, though. Although Ghost Scepter probably won't help him that much, honestly. It'll actually hurt him. It will definitely hurt him. We'll see everyone coming. Does have a gem. Pretty good whirling death. Here comes the Impale. Here comes the Tinker as well. Instantly into the freezing field. Remote can do a lot of damage, but not quite enough. He's going to Timber Chain away. Needs one more set of missiles or blink forward into invisibility so you can't see him. In the meantime, Viper is still playing this game. There is a Viper in this game, guys. Going to kill off Mirana 1v1. Haven't really been paying attention to him at all. He's been kind of just doing his own thing. It's really been the Nyx as well as the Tinker. Just going all over the place. Getting kills, taking names. And, well, Viper. Now adding something to his value list. Going to be adding Pusher to the resume. So not only is he a lane dominator, one of the best, if not the best, he's also a pusher hero. It's true. It's true. You wouldn't lie in your resume, would you? 790's got to be careful. He really has to be careful. A Blink Hex has insane initiation range, especially with when combined with the Familiars. They'll try to take down this tower. It will not go into deny range, but the bottom lane is being pushed. And P3, they're just being pulled apart right now. Alright, we're going to fly. Hit onto Ander. Is there any follow-up, though? No! Oh, there's follow-up the other way. There certainly is. Main character, RIP. That Viper Strike should take him down. Bottle won't do it. Now Remote in a lot of trouble as well. He's going to pop the Ghost Scepter. Ander is there with the poison attack after a little bit of a delay. There we go. Hex, though, onto Ander, and he will not be able to secure the kill. But no, Kami's will fire the missiles. Will not kill off the CM, though, living at 20 HP. But Hypno will not be as lucky. Gonna get in there, and the ward block. Ander is stuck. He's going to go down to the Timber Saw. But in the end, it is 1-for-2 trade. Volcania still getting out of there alive. In the meantime, the Radiant team still pushing out that top lane dysfunction. He's going to finish up his Lincoln Sphere, getting the recipe first. Okay, you generally don't want to be doing that, but that's fine. I don't think he's under too much pressure. And now we have the Nyx Assassin once again on the prowl, hunting for people riding Panthers. And, oh, what? Look at that. There's a person riding a Panther right up. Well, there was a person riding a Panther right up there, but Nyx Assassin, unfortunately, a little bit too late to the party. Because Blink Hex is really good, guys. In case I didn't mention, it's really good. It's a Dagon up on the Tinker, and he's going to jack the level of it. I don't know if that's the best thing to do. But, no, I think he has a Sheep this early on. Yeah, jack the Dagon. Jack it as much as you can. Get it to level 5. He's getting all the gold he could possibly want. Like, what else could you possibly want out of this hero? Yeah, level up that thing. This Tinker is going to single-handedly dominate this game. Now, sometimes having a Tinker do this is bad, because that means your carries don't have any space to farm, and that is happening. Like, Tinker's pushing out top, pushing out bottom. The carries are going to be forced to find farm elsewhere. But Viper as well as Weaver, they already have pretty much enough to be effective. There's a Mech and Drum on the Viper. There's a Lincoln Sphere and Hanamitis on Weaver, and Hanamitis is crucial, because that means he'll get gold. You know, it'll be slow, yes, but he'll get more gold than he otherwise would if he was just a Weaver in a game with a Tinker in it. So, looks like Volcania going to go with a very slow strangulation kind of kill. You can get Dysfunction, his levels, get him his next big damage item. Have Nyx Assassin wander around with a level 2 Dagon along with the Tinker with a level 3 Dagon. No, that's also a level 2 Dagon. It looked different. Okay, level 2 Dagon. And then just slowly restrict the space of P3. Because their Mirana, their Luna, they're the types of heroes that need a lot of items. Weaver doesn't need as much. Viper doesn't need as much. So they're going to take the gold advantage just through sheer space control. But now, it might be going the other way around. There's the Hex onto Volcania and onto the purple rather. Nyx Assassin blown up in an instant, but they're taking a lot of damage regardless. Here comes the Weaver. Hypnotoad is going to go down very quickly with the actually the corrosive skin doing it. 790 now, also on the run. Does have Juicer right behind him. Here comes the blink forward from the Tinker Dagon and to the laser onto main character. 790 going to try to fight his way out. It won't happen. In the meantime, going to go toe-to-toe with Extreme. It won't happen. There's another Hex. Is going to get a lot of armor, but will it be enough? There's a Timber Chain. Won't hit, and he's going to go down. He's completely tapped out of mana. That's going to be a gem on the floor. It's a beyond godlike streak. There is a gem which just got picked up by the Visage, who now has his mech completed. It's a 4-man wipe. And Volcania looking so extremely strong. And Tinker, he's right back to the side lanes, pushing those out as much as possible, forcing people to constantly be on those side lanes. That just means they have a really powerful 4-core set, or 4 other heroes, on their mid lane, just doing this, taking down the tower. Viper finding the kill on that one. finding the last hit on that one. And yeah, we have Tinker going to join the fight occasionally when he has to. And level 3 Dagon. Next is sell the bottle, get a ethereal blade.
Dire's
Maybe.
tower is under attack.
That'll do some damage, just a little bit. Arrow gonna fly, not hit to anyone. Something got eaten. I think it was a lucent beam. But Tinker in the bottom end, just firing off missile after missile. Dagon from the low ground. Zap goes the CM. Ghost Scepter. It hurts. It really hurts. What level is that now? That's level 4. That's like 1,000 damage. More than yeah, that should be 1,000 damage. More than 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage at the very least. That was done to the CM right there. So have fun with that, CM. And it's only gonna get worse from here. It's only gonna get worse. Because he'll eventually get the ethereal blade, so he'll be able to do that to you even if you don't hit that Ghost Scepter button. And that sounds like a lot of pain for this Crystal Maiden. You see how much space the P3 side have. Basically, everything outside here, this is a danger zone. If you pass that line, you're putting yourself at some sort of risk. Because there's going to be Tinkers on your ass, there's going to be a Nyx Assassin with Vendetta, and, well, uh-oh. Do you know what I said about some sort of risk? Well, okay, this is probably not what they want us to be doing right now. He's going to get hexed up instantly into the Chakram. Lots of damage being done. The Weaver's going to drop pretty low. Will time-lapse backwards. Here comes Ander. We'll get a Viper Strike on 790. There's no Eclipse just yet. Needs to burn it off, but he will not burn it. No BKB either. Luna's holding on to everything. It won't really help him, but still, Nyx Assassin will live at 20 HP also. It's going to be Tinker collecting the double kill. He's going to blink forward for the Timbersaw. Will not find him, though. Invisibility from Mirana. That's 3 heroes down. Crystal Maiden somehow living again. Dagon 5 up. Dagon 5 up with 29 minutes in with a Blink Dagger, with a Sheep Stick, with Boots of Travel. This Tinker is outrageously farmed. When the Tinker is doing this, yeah, it is insanity. Holy shit, he has almost 700 gold per minute. Guys, this guy, he has hashtag Tinker in his name, and I think the P3 side should have heeded that warning. As he is just walking all over the P3 side. GG has been called. Remote has had enough. Alright, guys. A nice, tight 30-minute game on the back of some impressive Tinker play. And that is going to be it. I hope you guys all enjoyed day 1 of League of Dota Season 2, Week 3. I'm going to be back here tomorrow for the semifinals. Hopefully they won't be that long, but shouldn't be too bad. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, well, I just exited out of the game because I forgot I was also on Dota TV. But that's fine. Everyone on Dota TV, they don't really care what I have to say because they're the game.